Hey, welcome to the Golf Gurus Best Bets for the PGA Championship, brought to you by OddsJam. I just want you to know the Golf Gurus are hot, baby. Tony's here with me, riding in his car. We're getting ready to talk about the PGA Championship. What I'm going to do here, folks, is I'm going to pull up the screen from OddsJam with all of the odds. But before I go any further, Tony, let's let these people know what we're getting ready to do. We've got a special for this week. If you sign up for our Golf Gurus package, we will give you our daily picks, the Sports Nuts plays, for a week for free. We just want you to sign up and do the free trial because, Tony, what have we done? How many outrights?
Yeah, so we've hit 11 outrights between PGA and LIV this season. We're up about 50 units in golf, and we're up over 10 or 11 units in daily picks as well. So if you're tailing all of our golf and our daily picks since the beginning of 2024, you're up over 60 units in both.
Exactly, which is fantastic, okay? And that's if you tail every single play. You know, some people may fade, they may like Tony's plays. They may tail Tony, they may fade old Bob. They may fade Mike, or maybe they're not putting money on all the outrights in golf. But we're offering this to you. It is a special PGA Championship deal, and you got to jump in. Start your free trial. I will send you, me personally, will send to your email our daily Sports Nuts picks for 1 week. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, Tony, and we're going to talk about some of the golfers for this weekend coming up. Obviously, I'm just going to point something out here, Tony. Rory won the last time the PGA was at Valhalla, which was in 2014. He also, ironically, he just got divorced, Tony. So do you think that there's any correlation here? Could Rory be on his way to another PGA Championship?
So I was actually talking with my buddy yesterday, and I mentioned to him, I said, who do you think's in a weirder position, Scotty, who just had a baby, or Rory, who's getting divorced?
I'd say Scotty, who just had the baby.
Yeah, they're both probably not getting much sleep, but I mean, running a few models and all of the stats and metrics, I mean, two of the best golfers in the game, obviously, and two guys that should somehow, some way, be at the top of your betting card again this week.
Exactly. And then as you go down the list here, you can't ignore Xander, who obviously he couldn't hang with Rory last week. And you can't ignore the defending champion, who seems to get up for just the majors. Although he did win the last LIV tournament that was played. But for the most part, Brooks Koepka seems to live for the majors. And let's not forget Jon Rahm. I think he's poised to finish somewhere in the top 10, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not sure about him winning a golf tournament this week, because I think the LIV experience, Tony, has actually messed him up.
Yeah, out of those golfers that you just mentioned, I actually like Xander the most. I know he hasn't really finished lately at all, but I do like Xander. I love him probably as a top 5, but if you're going to sprinkle an outright out of those three, I do probably like Xander the most. But yeah, Brooks, I mean, I know you're a Brooks guy. He does show up for these majors. You do have to throw him up there as well. But I'm going to agree with you on Rahm. I do like him more in a finishing position than as an outright this week, even though the number for the outright is better than it usually is. I'm just not sure he can pull it off this week, and the books are agreeing with me on that one.
Yeah, I'm with you there. 100%. Now, let's go on to the next level here, which are the guys from 2,000 to just under 4,000. And in that group is Oberg, DeChambeau, Morikawa, which Colin has really been playing a lot better lately. And let's not forget Max Homa. Max Homa is ascending. There is just no two ways about it. Along with the guy right behind him in the odds, Joaquin Niemann. Those two are, you know what? I would not count either one of them out, at least in a finishing position. But what do you think about that next group? Oberg, DeChambeau, Morikawa, and Homa, and Niemann.
Sure. Out of that group, I like Colin. He's been playing great lately, as you've said, and he was that next kind of young stud winning all these majors, who we thought was going to take over the golf game, and then he kind of fell off. But I love him and all of the stats and metrics that I've run in my models this week. And out of that group of golfers, Colin's my guy out of those.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's look. Now we're going to go into the next area here. And, we'll take this up from the 4,500 to right under 6,000. All right. Cantlay, Hovland, Clark, Cam Smith, Fleetwood, Cam Young, Justin Thomas, former PGA Tour or PGA champion. Cantlay always seems to finish well in this tournament. Hovland had a great finish last year. Clark is up and coming. Cam Smith, I'm not sure what to get out of him this week, and the reason that I say that, I think he's been very inconsistent on the LIV Tour. Fleetwood, Young in a finishing position. Not sold on Justin yet. So what do you think?
Three guys I actually really like in that range that you mentioned there: Cantlay, Hovland, and Cam Young. I know that Young hasn't really finished anything at all, so definitely more of a top 20 or even a top 10 look at him possibly. But I think Cantlay and Hovland could be in your betting card really anywhere this week. I've got them popping off on really all the models I ran for this tournament. And out of those golfers that you mentioned in this little group, I like Cantlay, Hovland, and Young there.
Now we're going to take this next one. We're going to take it all the way down to, I don't know. We'll just take it to right under 10,000. And when we look at the, we got a lot to choose from. You're talking about Tyrrell Hatton, Sam Burns, Jordan Spieth, Minwoo Lee, Thigala, Matsuyama, who we hit on an outright at 75-1 earlier this year. Isn't that odd? Jason Day, who is really having a very consistent year. Will Zalatoris, coming back from injury, not as consistent as he needs to be. Matt Fitzpatrick, Siwoo Kim, who you and I have been on a lot. Tony Finau, which I can't figure him out. Dustin Johnson, Sungjae Im, who had a hell of a tournament last week. And DJ, I think, played pretty well in the last LIV tournament. What are you thinking about these guys? There's a lot to choose from there.
Yeah, you just rattled off a bunch of guys, and I actually like a lot that you did. Hideki, of course. I love him, especially at that number. And I mean, with the way he's been playing, I mean, he's popping off on all the models as well. He's at the top. So I like Hideki. I like Fitz, who you just mentioned, down there a bit. I like him in a finishing position. I like Hatton, Thigala, and Zalatoris. I like all three of those that you mentioned. Those are the ones that out of that group that I like the most. And then, I heard you say Tony Finau in there, who I don't mind either. I heard you say Tommy Fleetwood, who I don't mind throwing in there as well. So those are some names that definitely perks me up when I heard you mention them in that group.
Okay, so now let's get into that plus 10,000 and above. And there's actually some pretty interesting players in here. Sepp Straka, Corey Connors, Taylor Gooch, Shane Lowry. How do you say it? Do you say it Batia?
Yeah, Akshay Bhatia or Akshay
Yeah.
Bhatia. Yeah.
Batia, yeah. Henley, Adam Scott, McCarthy, and Yeager. Burmester, who we want some money on the Live Tour with. Alex Noren, who seems to be coming on. Hogyard, who we've won some money with this year. Patrick Reed. I'm going to stop it.
Sure. A couple golfers that you named there that I love. Shane Lowry at that number. I had him showing up in almost all of my models as well this week in the finishing position. So I like Lowry there. I like Corey Connors that you mentioned in that group there. Who else did you say? Yeager and Adam Scott. I had in a couple. So all these guys, obviously, I don't think really are gonna win it by any means. But if you're into top 20s, top 30s, maybe even top 40s, especially if they have them at your books, these are the guys that we're talking about down there. I've got Noren that showed up. Noren and Akshay showed up in one of my models as well. So yeah, those are some long shots for you.
Yeah, I love that. And when we go above that, we've got guys like Pendrith and Harmon and Ricky Fowler, who, by the way, the last time this tournament was played at Valhalla, Ricky Fowler did quite well.
I actually like Ricky Fowler better than Noren there, or Akshay, or Scott, or Yeager. I had Fowler show up on a little bit more of a model there, so I like Fowler in that little group.
And then look at this. You could get Tiger at plus 40,000.
I'm out.
Yeah, I hear you. Here's the question then. There's a couple of things that I think that we need to talk about. Will Tiger make the cut? And also, I think that you and I need to put out some plays every day, one free play a day. We can either go, whoever's the round leader, or, maybe a matchup bet, I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Sure, yeah. We'll give out a first round leader free play, and then we can do a round matchup for each round as well, and we can give that out on X for you guys.
Yeah. So
I don't think Tiger's going to make the cut, though, to answer your question.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I know I don't either. I know Tiger wants to win one more major. There's one thing that he can do. Those short irons, when he gets in position, he can pinpoint those things. He's as good when he's firing, with that with those darts that he throws. He's really, really tough. But, it comes back to, can he drive the ball in the fairway?
So in our Masters video, we gave out Phil Mickelson to make the cut at plus money, and that hit. I think our free play for this one's going to have to be Tiger to miss the cut, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But what are the best odds we can get on that?
Okay, let me go ahead and look here real quick.
We'll round out the video with that.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I don't have a cut option here, but I'd have to go into a book and look. I'll tell you what we're going to do, folks. We will try to find that play, and we will put it out on X, Twitter X. Don't forget, the Golf Gurus picks, once again, let me tell you, you start a free trial, okay? It's 14-day free trial. And for the PGA Championship, if you start your free trial now, I am going to personally send you to your email our Sports Nuts plays every day. You're going to get them for free for a week. Starting Thursday. That's going to be Thursday to the following Wednesday. That's 7 days full of Sports Nuts picks. And let me tell you, there will be some bangers in there. All right? So, hey, thank you for joining us, Tony. Great job, as always. We will see you. Where at? Tony, where are we going to see him?
We'll see you at the window.